So this has really been bothering me lately. So I'm a directioner. If you don't know what that means, a directioner is a One Direction fan or a One Direction lover. And sometimes people like to make the assumption, I guess, that if you're a Justin Bieber fan, then you're a One Direction fan, or if you're a One Direction fan, you're a Justin Bieber fan. And that's not always the case. I'm not so much a fan of Justin Bieber, and that's really it. I mean, I just don't like his music. That's kind of where I'm going to leave it at. But just because I don't like his music doesn't mean I'm going to send him hate on Twitter and post terrible things on Tumblr. I'm not going to tweet to and about his fans hate mail, because it's like, what's the point? They never did anything to me. Justin never did anything to me. So I mean, I don't really have I don't have personal hate towards them. I mean, I just don't like his music. That's really it. But it bothers me when I see people on Twitter and Tumblr taking personal stabs at Directioners and the members of One Direction. Like, I just don't really understand. Because there's this girl on Twitter, specifically her. I'm not, like, this is mainly what I've seen. But I mean, that doesn't mean there's other Twitter accounts out there that post terrible stuff. There definitely is. But she posts some really, really messed up stuff. And it's gotten to where, like, she'll tweet members of One Direction, like, you should go kill yourself. Like, you're worthless. If I ever had a baby, and I found out that they were going to be a One Direction fan, I would shoot them. Like, okay? Like, that's kind of messed up. And saying that they're a terrorist, and, like, I don't understand, because what did they ever do to you? Personally, what did they ever do to you to make you think that sending them any of that is okay? Like, it's already bad enough to where they're tweeting Directioners and saying that we're ugly and we're pointless and it's so stupid that we like One Direction. Like, okay, make fun of me all you want for liking One Direction. I don't really care. I don't care at all. But when you start talking about, like, tweeting One Direction, telling them stuff like that, telling them to commit suicide, telling them that they should be dead, telling them that they're worthless, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I've never, ever tweeted Justin Bieber or any of his fans telling them to commit suicide and telling them that they're ugly and worthless and that, you know, that they don't deserve to live. Like I said, they never did anything to me. Just like One Direction never did anything to you. So I don't really get the point in telling them such horrible, horrible things. And especially the fact that this is coming from an 11-year-old. Like, that's really messed up. Because like, the things that she posts about Justin on Twitter, too, kind of disturbs me. Like, sexual things. And I'm not saying that Directioners don't talk about sexual stuff on Tumblr, like, but I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I don't understand, like, why, if you don't like One Direction, that's fine, honestly, but keep it to yourself. That's all I ask. Like I said, I don't like Justin Bieber, and I have reasons why, but I'm not gonna go out on the internet and say terrible things about him to where he can see and his fans can see. Because when you take personal stabs at One Direction, it's kind of like you're taking stabs at me. And even though I may never meet them, I may never personally know them, it's still because I am so dedicated to them and I do care so much about them, They don't even know I exist. They may never know I exist. But I still care, and I'm still here to support them. And when you tweet them stuff like that, or post stuff like that about on Tumblr and Facebook, I'm going to defend them. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to tell you to go kill yourself. I'm going to tell you to get your facts straight and find your sources and ask you to explain the reason why for everything you're saying. But I'm not ever going to tell anyone to ever go kill themselves. Ever. Because that's so messed up. And I just hope that you find God along the way, because you really need some help if you're sending people that. And it's not even the fact that it's it is One Direction. Like, I mean, sending anyone that stuff is wrong. Like, the fact that it's One Direction just hits me. Like, if someone said that to my best friend, I'd defend them. But I'm just telling you because I know that you have something wrong with you. That you think that's okay to send people, anyone that. I'm just stating One Direction because I see it all the time on the internet, and I don't get it. I don't get your mindset. And you really need help. Seriously. I hope you get help. And I wish the best for you. But